Your daily love stream is about to begin. Ooh, get comfortable. Or if you're on the go, get comfortable. Get present. And breathe into that big, delicious heart of yours. I love my life. I love my body, yeah, I love myself, yeah. Welcome to your sacred sexual awakening. This is the last one. I quit. I'm out of here. There is no more sacred sexual awakening love streams. I'm done. I'm a failure. I failed. I failed you all. Or have I? Or is it just the beginning of something new? This is what we're going to talk about. Let me get comfortable. So welcome, I am Shaft Uddin. I'm here to help you, the people of Stockholm, find more wealth, health and wellness. That's right, you can find me on my Instagram. Talk to me personally, take me out for a fika, take me into the woods and make love to me consensually. I surrender to your ways. I'm a walking workshop. Talk to me, I want to talk to you. I am here dedicated to find world peace through intimacy in one of my rooms. So today's episode is all about the gift of failure. But also, the truth is, why I'm stopping these love streams today. It's over, finished, no more. But before I go any deeper, I just want to say this episode is sponsored by Café Jacques. He's based in Borgmarsen, in a little cafe. He makes his own brew. It is the nicest coffee I've ever tasted it in all my lives. I said lives, right? Ooh, it's got a nutty little texture with a little bit of as most of you have seen my Instagram, I like Mickey Mouse coffee. So anything that tastes like sweets, that gets me high. But I'm going to add a little bit of something into this. I think it needs a little bit more bulletproof essence to it. Hold on, I'm going to go and get something. But in the meantime, I want you to think of 3 major times in your life that you failed big. I want to hear your failure stories. This is the last love stream. I might as well do a coffee meditation with you. In fact, I've got nothing to lose, right? I could do whatever I want because I'm not doing these anymore. It's over. This is the last one, guys. I'm going to put a little bit of coconut oil in there. I'm going to do a little experiment this month around oil pulling. Due to the world I live in now, my teeth aren't as white as it used to be. So I'm going to start, and I've done oil pulling before, and it works. This is why I've not been bothered to do it until I really need to do it. And I really need to do it because I'm going to be on national television again. Ooh, back on top. That's right. I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen because this is over. I failed you lot. I didn't really. New beginning is coming. Okay. Oh, this is even better. This is like the best Mickey Mouse coffee ever. But there's no sugar in it. Bit of honey though. Honey, coconut oil, and Café Jacques. He runs a lovely little place. He's on Instagram. I'll probably put the link below. He's such a nice guy. My biggest gift to myself has been learning to say hello to people. And for those of you who have been watching my episodes and my Instagram, I've been suffering from crippling social anxiety. And the best thing I did was, how did I overcome my addictions, daily habits, and changing the voices in my head. So how can I overcome social anxiety is through just simply saying hello to people. That's it. That's how I've overcome my fear of approaching, fear of rejection. I just have to say hello to everybody, not just the hot women that are blonde, brunette, redhead, Viking-looking women who look like someone out of Lord of the Rings or some mystical adventure game. No, even the men, even old people, even the kids, everybody, even a dog. I have to start saying hello to people, and that's how I've overcome it. And now I walk around Stockholm just saying hello, 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 and everyone talks to me. It's amazing. And this guy in Borgamassen in the Little Baguette, I think it is, right next to the station, he's the nicest guy. He gave me this. Well, I mean, I bought it, but he told me the stories, he told me his stories, and I'm just very happy that I'm able to say simply hello. That is all I'm trying to do. And every time I've said hello to someone, I've had the most incredible connections. And how does it feel when you're walking around a major city and someone smiles at you? It feels nice, right? You remember it. So I'm just listening to myself on my headphones, listening to these, and just going around laughing at myself. I have to listen to myself to make myself better than what I am. So, as this is the last one, I'm kind of like doing whatever I want to do. I'm not doing the thing that I said I would do. But who cares? So, did you come up with 3 things that failed, where you failed big? Did you? Well, I'm going to do a little coffee sharing meditation. This is how it works, because I've got my coffee here. For 3 minutes, I will speak and you will listen. This is not a chat or conversation. It is a timed thing. I'm going to speak to you, my partners, Stockholm, we love you. And you're going to hold space for me to process and share my story. I don't need fixing, okay? I'm a goddamn therapist, so I'm fully enlightened. I definitely know how to find all the solutions to my problems because I'm a clever boy. And I'm gonna see. I'm fully enlightened. That's great. It works. Amazing. Natasha Philby. Failure is simply a push on to new path. Well, that's Natasha. You're fully enlightened because this is exactly what this episode is about. I'm going to talk to you about my failures whilst doing a coffee meditation. So grab yourself a coffee or grab your coffee and let us take our first conscious breath into our hearts and exhale with sound. This is so tasty. And just go into a space of gratitude of all the cozy feelings that you've had in your life when you've had a nice little cozy coffee. And now have your first conscious breath, first conscious sip of the day. Ooh, this is next level. Jack, your little baguette cafe. I'm coming back. In fact, do you want to sponsor my new LOVESTREAMS? This is the end. I failed. Okay. Get comfortable. I got 3 minutes to talk about failure. So, Shaft, what's real for you right now, especially around the 3 moments in your life that you failed big? Well, Shaft, thank you for asking. The first time I ever failed big, and I'm talking really big, was when I was 6 years old. I was in front of the whole of the Bangladeshi Muslim community, and we all had to recite a poem from the Bengali books that we were forced to learn. I'm not forced to learn, but we were forced to learn it. We had to read and write our own language. So, it's a good thing. We're all doing it in our own countries. So I was reading these things, learning it. I didn't understand it because I was, my first language is Bengali, but I was also English, so my brain was and the way we speak Bengali is different to the way we read Bengali and write Bengali. So I froze on stage and I couldn't speak. And everyone was like, this is awkward. My best mate was there, going, this is awkward. And then they just pushed, and then they said, didn't he do great? Well done, well done. Well, that affected me for the whole of my life. And I've never been able to be a public speaker. I was always a director and hid behind a camera until I discovered Tantra. And now I do this. And my biggest fear, my biggest trauma will be my biggest gift, because I will unleash my Vishuddha to the world. Second time. Biggest failure. This one time when Vice filmed me for 1 year, a documentary, they were filming me everywhere I went. They bought into the idea of these very sexy unicorns who just took a lot of drugs and drank a lot of Lamborghini and had a lot of sex, which is what we used to do. When they started filming, I had my awakening at Burning Man, because they were going to shoot just after I come back from Burning Man, and I had my awakening then. So I couldn't drink or do drugs or anything like that. So they filmed me having a mental breakdown for 1 year. It's a shit show. It's a disaster. They warped the narrative a bit, and it was just, not the best thing to be famous for. A failure. And the second time, my biggest failure was on French national television. It's like the Graham Norton show for Paris and France. And it's somewhere digitally. I think it's on my Fabulous of Unicorns page as well, where I was meant to talk about freedom, being addiction free, being sober and clean. Instead, I spoke about ketamine and got them to do Kundalini shaking. I had 3 things I needed to talk about on my hand. It rubbed off and I didn't know what to speak about, and I basically just fucked up again on national television. So 3 major points in my life where I royally fucked up. Millions of people saw it. Famous for being a failure. Thank you for listening. I'm open to feedback if anyone's got any feedback. I've got my chats over there just lined up. No? Okay, great. Perfect share, right? Great. And we're going to close the space of sharing by taking another beautiful smelling inhale of your cozy coffee and letting out a sigh of relief. Ooh, another conscious sip. Delicious. And I think it's nutritious as well. Cafe Jacques in Borgemassen in your little baguette shop. Oh, highly recommend it. Today's episode is sponsored by Cafe Jacques. Delicious. This is so different to my last episode, which was all about changing my narrative. Now I'm going back to how I used to be. Oh, this is brilliant. This is the last one. Failure, the gift of failure. So what did I learn from those 3 things? So this is how failure works. The only way you will succeed in life is through massive failure. The bigger the failure, the higher you're going to climb. This is how enlightenment works. The deeper the sorrow, the more love you can hold. No mud, no lotus, my friends. This is it. So 3 things that I spoke about was mainly about performing in front of people and not being able to get my lines right. I never want to be an actor, but now I'm curious about it. I never wanted to be in front of anyone. I just wanted to just make nice art. That's all I've ever wanted to do. I just want to make art. I've recently just got a new job and I've given myself a new title, which is I'm a transformational artist. So I've taken all of my embodied wisdom in advertising, me as a fine artist and a designer and a graphic designer and an illustrator and a videographer, artist, general term. I've also embodied all of my art. I am the canvas that is my life, and I allow my soul to be the magic wand that paints everything. So I am in a beautiful position to see life as a huge canvas, and I'm no longer the victim of my failures. I no longer go, oh, I was 6 years old and I couldn't speak and that's my story now. No, I twisted it around. Ooh, the biggest flop of my life when I became a unicorn. Ooh, what was the second video that I did? It reached 17 million people. What was the plus side of what actually happened in that video, and not the Tantra one, I'm talking about the unicorn one, was I became internationally known. The vulnerability I showed in the chaos that was my life during that 1 year where they filmed me and exploited me and me going through my hell of it. Like, I was going through my awakening and someone was filming it. All of you watching now, you've been through your awakening or you're about to go through your awakening. Do you want some film crew to film you when you're going through a major divorce, where someone in your life has just died, where you've just been kicked out of your home? Dude, like, that's what happened to me. But in different senses of major crisis in my life. It was a disaster and they filmed it. But this inspired millions of people to step into their power. I made sure the next video I did with them was, I'm going to use them, I'm going to manipulate the narrative so I could get what I want from the media who's exploiting me. And that's what I did. I ended up creating an infomercial called the 10 questions you always wanted to ask a tantric sex guru. And that was a great video. I actually love that video, and I wish I could speak like him more often. He's super grounded. I had a therapist on hand. She was coaching me and everything. Like, I'm blessed to be working with the best in my field. And I am one of the best in my field because I surrounded myself with the best, and I eventually became the best. sacredsexualawakening.com. So the biggest failures I had became my biggest gifts. So when I was on French national television and like the bullet points was just rubbed off and I was sweating and I got them to do kundalini shaking, like no one knew I fucked up apart from me. I actually thought I did a good job in that moment, and I look back at it and go, fuck, that was a shit show. I had 3, 4, 5 things I need to talk about: being addiction free, don't drink, don't do drugs, all this stuff, all about freedom. And I spoke about ketamine. Fuck. Luckily, the third Vice video I did was conscious ketamine, which actually helped millions of people overcome addiction. So, you know, everything's working out really well. Thank you, whoever's looking after me. I know exactly who's looking after me. My mum, who keeps on sacrificing all the cows to Allah. Thanks, Mum. So, you are a failure. This is our biggest fear of failing. But why do we let the failures stop us from being who we truly are? My job, my purpose on the planet is to find world peace through intimacy. And the way I do that is to be myself. My biggest gift to you is for me to be myself. Because this inspires you to be yourself. By sharing my vulnerability and the shit show that was my life for 1 year on that video, allowed others to embrace their vulnerability. Vulnerability is strength. Being a drama queen and a victim, which is what I used to be because I used to hang out with all the drag queens, was a great way to release all of the pain and suffering that was going through me in a comical way, in a bitchy way. She served a purpose. But now I've learned the power of vulnerability, to be real, to speak and embody the word so it allows you to feel something. Maybe one day I will be an actor, maybe I won't, but I am a transformational artist, which is bringing all my advertising background, all my art in background, and my tantra background now. Because I'm moving forwards. I'm going somewhere else. 6-year cycles, 7-year cycles. We're changing all of the time. If I did one thing all the time, I'd be bored because I had ADHD. I don't have ADHD anymore, and I don't have any mental illnesses. I'm good to go. So now I'm able to sit back, be the witness, not constantly reacting, being a victim. Why me? Why me? Why me? Why would I allow my brain, which is like a child, trying to grab attention? Why would I tell that question to my brain? Why did I fail during that time? Well, Shaft, it's because you're shit, is what the brain will say. It's because no one loves you and you got no friends. You sit at home by yourself and talk to... Whoa, brain. Enough. How can I grow from this? Oh, well, okay, same energy behind it. It's just doing its job. The brain is amazing. Your brain is amazing. You're just not asking your brain the right question. Why can't I find love? Because you're shit, you're fat, you're not good enough, you got bad... Whoa. Okay, right. The brain will give you all of the answers. How about this one? A different question. How can I find love, sex and intimacy with the most juiciest, influential women in Stockholm? Okay. The way you could do that is become an influencer in Stockholm yourself, Shaft, and then approach people and just meet people without an agenda and just hang out with people in Stockholm. And get out of your bubble of the spiritual tantric people and find people with jobs. That's the way you're going to do it, Shaft. Oh, okay, right, great. The brain is not biased. The brain's just doing its job. It's a bit like how your heart is just doing its job. It's a bit like how your breath is doing its job. You don't have to think about it. But it is your responsibility to feed it the right things. I just fed exactly the same problem to my brain around love, sex and intimacy, but I asked it two separate questions. You get it? So make sure you're asking your brain the right questions. Make sure you're breaking your habits and asking a new perspective on your problem. Failure is amazing because if you allow the failures to fuel you and to allow you to have better boundaries and allow the failures to be your biggest lessons and your biggest growth, then you're going in the right direction. No mud, no lotus. You get it? Let's have a bit more of this amazing coffee. This episode is sponsored by Cafe Jacques from Borgermarsen. Delicious. I mean, it's next level. It tastes like a Mickey Mouse coffee, but it's good for you. So what you need to do is learn from the failures. What is the gift of your failure? I got you to ask yourself 3 major points in your life where you failed. I shared mine. They were all around performance, being on stage, public speaking, like in the worst possible way failing. And they've stuck with me. But I learned from it. And the results were instant. I script everything now. I fucking read scripts left, right and centre. I'm not very good at it. But I do read scripts. Because I don't want to fuck up. My entire Tantra workshops are on this phone. Every single workshop I've ever done is on this phone and I'm reading a script. No one could ever tell I'm reading a script because I'm, pretending to use a stopwatch because I'm clever. But everything is there. It's literally word for word. If I was to do a teacher training on how to be a space holder, I could just copy and paste that into a Word document and you will have everything you need to say to be a teacher in Tantra. And I'm smart. And I'm really smart because I worked in advertising in one of the toughest industries on the planet, working on the biggest brands on the planet, having a creative mind to solve problems, to sell things to billions of people for Coca-Cola, Mercedes, Shell Oil, Samsung, Nokia, every single brand you could think of, I worked for them. And I basically put it into a script. The power of a script is fucking important. Do you know why? Because we have to write our own stories. Once you realize that your life, you could design it any which way you want. You don't need to blame the star systems or your horoscopes or your twin flame codes or the government or the schools or the universities or your parents or your disabilities, you being dyslexic, being colorblind, whatever, flat-footed, genital mutilation. You don't need to blame any of that. All of these turn into your biggest gifts. I could have failed as a tantric practitioner if I didn't overcome one of my biggest traumas, which is genital mutilation, male circumcision. It is a common practice which is fucking horrific, and I wouldn't wish this upon anyone. The children that are having part of their perfect human piece of their body cut off without their consent, the body keeps a score. Like, it will remember that. And then the boy who will grow up to be a man will one day have to face this, and he'll realize what was taken away from him. Very similar to how a woman's clitoral hood and other parts of their genitals are taken away so they don't feel pleasure. It's exactly the same. It's fucking horrific. And that's why it's banned. I think it's in Denmark now. I didn't let that be my story. I mean, fucking horrific, right? But look what I do. Our biggest pains, our biggest sufferings, our biggest failures are the seed of our biggest growths. I have everything handed to me in a plate. Now, just because I'm a bit like Osho, the Bhagwan. I just expect everything to come to me now. Because I released a lot of trauma around feeling good enough to accept things. But the reason why things are coming so much into my life is because I'm just a vessel for all this energy. Whatever comes into me, I give out. So I'm literally just this, like, a vessel. Oh, Zoolander, that film. It literally did change my life. I'm just a vessel. Best coffee in Sweden. So what I invite you to do is look at your biggest fears, look at your biggest pains, look at your biggest failures. Because on the flip side of fear is desire. On the flip side of your biggest failure is your biggest success. Let me give you my list. Genital mutilation. I am now teaching women how to love themselves, open up their yonis. I've been a unicorn sex worker. I'm known as a male sexpert in Times Magazine. I am known in the Guardian newspaper for being a tantric jiggler. Like, I've done it all. I run conscious orgies, and I will be teaching Sweden pretty soon how to love themselves through sacred sexuality. I'm quitting this live stream today, by the way, just so you know. I'm moving on. Colorblind. I could use that as an excuse to not do art. Look how colorful everything is. Check out silentcity.co.uk to check out how colorful all my stuff is for the major brands I've worked with. I've utilized my colorblindness to make things bright and sparkly. Dyslexia. I'm an artist. I did take acid to overcome my relationship with words. My relationship with words is becoming better. And when I had a very powerful ritual on acid, I realized how fucked my own relationship with my own language to myself is. I hate my life. I hate myself. You got bad teeth. You got bad skin. You got bad hair. You're ugly. You're not good enough. No women. Whoa. That's what's going on in my head every single day. Shit, I need to change that. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I did this for like 12 hours to myself on acid. Conscious acid, by the way. After that ritual on acid, I became a copywriter for Disney. I wrote a book. You could download it. I'm really good at words now. I mean, some of you may think, oh wow, Shaft, he's very articulate. He knows how to speak. He's very good at it. No, I was shit. I just did very unorthodox things to open this up. The women in my community, they use a penis to deep throat, because I say this because my job was to open up women's throat with my dick. Conscious cock is what they teach in some of the esoteric schools that I studied at. And you can find out more on sacredsexualawakening.com because all of my Tantra CV is there. So, opening up my Vishuddha. I didn't have a penis because I was a lesbian and I wasn't there yet to open up my throat with a dick. But these women did it and they were able to sing. They became public speakers. They did it a lot quicker than me. I'm still working on this and I've been doing this stuff for 6 years, but I'm better. Being dyslexic. Relationship to words is a lot better. Flat-footed. Doctor said you're flat-footed. That could have stopped me from being a dancer. Became a professional break dancer and been a dancer all my life. ADHD, insomnia, depression. So I spoke about depression on one of my previous videos. Now I've turned depression into gratitude. So, the failure thing, not being attached to the failure, but what can you learn from it? How can you grow from it? As Natasha says, failure is simply a push onto a new path. I'm quitting these love streams today, by the way. This is the last one. I failed you all. Or did I? Am I moving on to something new? I'm going to tell you all in a minute. And ADHD, a lot of energy. I want to do everything. So what did I do? I did everything. And I'm still doing everything. That's why I've had to invent my own job title. I'm a transformational artist. I'm constantly changing, constantly evolving. And I have lots of hobbies. And I'm not actually like a master of everything. I'm a master at yoni massages. But I'm just good at everything. And again, advertising mind, business mind, highly analytical. What do you need to do to show people that you're good at stuff? Just be good at one thing and excel at it. So it's like, if you can't sing, just learn one karaoke song and just do that one. That's actually that's how I learned how to pretend to be good at everything. Is just do one thing. ADHD. Insomnia. I overcame that one, so that's fine. I'm getting a bit of it now because I'm moving houses, but hopefully I should be able to settle in one place pretty soon. The new beginning. Failure in relationships. What's my biggest thing? Relationships. What do I have? Amazing relationships now because I changed my narrative, and you can find out how I did all of that in my previous videos. Now I have the support and nurturing of 4 super hot women. They all look like the women that I dream of. And I do like to flick through my Instagram and go, wow, I am blessed for having her, and her in my life. To think people were trying to push me into monogamy. The reason why I was considering monogamy was because I was in scarcity, but luckily I'm single for a year, and I'm just gonna be single for a year. Anyone want enlightened babies? I'm also giving them away. Any lesbian couples out there who's looking for a donor? I'm open. I am not like my siblings. I am not like my family, and I look nothing like anyone in my whole family. At all. Like, I'm so different. Because I learnt from my failures, learnt from my stories around my parents, and actually took the best bits of my parents. Not the worst bits, but the best bits. I boiled them up and siphoned off all the crap and just had the best bits. The reason why I'm so good with women is because I have an amazing relationship with my mother. The reason why I'm so diligent and hardworking and a bit of a philanthropist is because of my role model and my idol, my dad. Elvis, I love you. This was not my story before I did Tantra, by the way. Tantra is a holistic healing practice which allows you to see the science of human being. And the best thing about it is it's highly contradictory. A bit like Shiva, the destroyer, the creator. Failure equals success. Without the end of something new cannot begin. I'm blessed to have studied with the world's best tantrikas on the planet that are alive today. I'm blessed that I could ring them up and say hello and have a conversation with them because they're my friends, because I'm not looking up at them like a guru. I'm just hanging out with them or making love with them like a human. Yes, I am a tantric sex guru, by the way, but also a human who has to have a shit and is a little bit sick sometimes. We're all humans, and we all, no matter how big we are, have to do human things, including failing. This body, which looks great, and it's going to get better because I've seen a version of myself where I'm like a jaguar and a bit of a... I'm going back to being a tantric gigolo again. This body has suffered incredible pain for 3 years. I'm in pain right now, but I don't let the pain get me down. I did let the pain get me down. Like, my eyes aren't working properly right now, but it doesn't get me down. My skin isn't perfect because I'm still figuring out how to eat in this environment, but I'm living at the Royal Park Hotel, and their vegan plant-based food is amazing, and ever since I've been here, like, that's going. So something is happening. I need to be the best version of myself, and the only way I could do that is not hold on to the past. I was depressed since 1988 when I tried to kill myself, and I've been depressed ever since until I discovered Tantra. But also during that time I watched Kung Fu Panda 2, and I spoke about this in my last videos. So I'm no longer depressed. I no longer suffer from loneliness, and all of these things I had, they dragged me down a lot. But it's like a balloon, and you cut off the sandbags, the stories, the emotions, the traumas. You let go of all that and you rise above certain frequencies of energies. What is energies? It's emotions. You start to let go of the emotions, but you also turn into a bit of the problem of enlightenment is you're going to be the only one who's enlightened, and also you're going to be pretty zen most of the time, but then you got to relearn emotions again. So I'm relearning emotions again, because I was just like, samadhi, just zen, zero. I was on zero. I was like, I'm not going to use the word numb, but I was just chilled, and I'm still chilled all the time. But I was not a fan of the word excitement because it made me feel not present. It was like a nervous energy that made me think about the future, and I wasn't present in the present moment. This is how brainwashed I was by my environment that I was in, which was the tantra bubble and the spiritual bubble. And also the words I said to myself. Like, I even said to myself, I don't believe in luck. As Billy Zane once said in Titanic, a good man makes his own luck. I don't believe, I don't like the excitement energy. I just wasn't excited about anything for years. And people used to go, are you dead inside? It's like, no, I'm just pretty present. I'm like, this too shall pass. You know, it's excitement. I'm learning how to use energy again, which is emotions. I love anger now. I love it. That raw, masculine Thor on top of a mountain screaming into the hailstorm and the wind. Like, that is raw. masculine energy, and I love that. I harness anger if I want to fight, and I love fighting now. I'm not very good at it, but I used to do martial arts, so I'm just remembering how to use that, but with power and flow and energy, emotions, and excitement. My journey now is, does it excite me? Yes, it does. Okay, I'm going to follow this. That's how I work now. I'm constantly changing. I'm constantly evolving. I'm using my life as an experimentation of what works and what doesn't work. As long as I'm documenting it, I'm okay with it. That's why I've written a book, and that's why I'm going to write another book, and that's why I do these love streams, to keep a documentation of everything I'm learning for myself and for whoever's listening. You are a failure, and you will stay a failure if you stick to the story of the failure. If you learn from the failure, you will grow exponentially. You will become like a sportsman or sportswoman, an athlete. You will be an athlete at growth. Once you figure it out, you will always be triggered. You will always fail. But how fast you get back up is the question. How fast can you feel the emotions, allow and accept the emotions, and let go of a story, and allow this brain to go, okay, how can I grow from this? Okay, brain, the brain will tell you. You don't have to do much. This is an automatic pilot thing. This heart is an automatic pilot thing. These lungs are an automatic pilot thing. But the thing is, if you learn how to breathe in different patterns in different ways, you could reach the DMT state. You could hold your breath for 4 minutes. Like, it's amazing what you can do with the body once you learn how to use. We know what these things do. How can we use it better? It's like giving my parents in Bangladesh a mobile phone. Look, that's a children's book that I designed whilst I was on ketamine. So, Bartholomew and his unique horn. It's a beautifully designed book. It's still on my desktop. So if I gave this phone to my mother, and I would say, you can make £1 million through this phone. Here's all the apps. Here's everything you need. Go, use it. My mum would just use it to ring me. That's it. Whereas I can make £1 million on this phone by using, what have I got? YouTube, I'm an influencer. Instagram, I'm an influencer. Using the photo and the video stuff and the editing program to create my videos. Ooh, Coinbase. Ooh, eToro. Ooh, and all the other stuff. I could find love through this. Oh, look. It's all this stuff you can do with the phone. But no one tells you how to do it. There's 1 billion different apps. How are you ever going to master all of them? You might as well do one really good. Hello YouTube. Hello Instagram. So, I am a transformational artist. And this episode is sponsored by Cafe Jack. He is in Bogomasen, and I love him because he's such a nice, happy guy. I've overcome a lot of my issues by simply asking my brain a new question. Not why am I like this? Why did it happen to me? Not playing a victim. But how can I? Just changing the questions. I want to tell you a quick story about my mum, because I love my mum. So every time I ring up my mum, she says, "Why aren't you married? Why aren't you married? You must leave something on this planet. Why aren't you married, huh?" And I would tell my mum, you know, this pisses me off, right? You know, I was engaged and I was the first person out of all my friends to get married. It's not that I don't want to get married. It's like, I just haven't found anyone yet. So I asked my mum, I remember my mum is a strict, devout Muslim mother. If you just imagine the most strict, devout, religious person being your mum, that's my mum. But my mum loves me because I'm amazing. How could she not love this? Like, I just make her feel good. That's my role in the family. That's all I need to do. So I said, "Mum, instead of asking me why am I not married, and you know how hard it is, well, in fact, you don't know how hard it is. In fact, in Bangladesh, no one needs to ever worry about getting married, finding love, having kids, because it's forced upon them, and it's not one of the things they ever have to worry about, hence the overpopulation. It's not even part of the problems ever in Bangladesh. Oh, Sweden, highest number of single people in the world. It is a problem here. See, different countries, different problems. So I said to my mother, Mum, next time you ask, why don't you ask me, have you found anyone yet? Then I could tell you a story, because I love love. And now my mum, have you found anyone yet? Oh, well, here you go. Yes, I have, and I think she's the one. Oh, she's amazing. And then I found this one, and I found it. And I have a juicy conversation with my mum. And when I'm in Bangladesh, I get my phone out and I go through all my photos and even show her my sex selfies. Because I'm all about healthy sexuality. I also gave her a tits out picture of me recently. Yes, I'm that son. They gotta love me. Because they gave birth to me. And they have to show me unconditional love no matter what I am. That's a hack. Oh. So what I learnt from my poverty background, my violent, abusive background, my religious upbringing, is that you could turn it all around and turn it into your own thing. Religious upbringing. I started my own religion. The Fabulous of Unicorn. The 10 Principles of Sacred Sexual Awakening. Like, I figured it out. I'm just flipping it all around. This is why I'm here, to show you that there is another narrative. There is another way just to twist it around. And failure becomes your most powerful ally. No mud, no lotus. The gift of failure is what this beautiful last love stream is about. Why am I stopping these love streams today? Is because look how many people are viewing these. It's not a lot, is it? Not a lot compared to what it used to be. Thousands. Millions when I'm on someone else's platform. I am doing something right. But here's the thing. Who am I doing this for? I keep on saying I'm doing it for myself, and it's true, I am. But here's the beautiful thing about self-love, self-acceptance, self-forgiveness, and being an artist. You gotta love what you do. I'm just doing this in my room because I got a salary, which isn't a lot, coming in from my other job, which is amazing. And I love my other job. That is the safety and the grounding I need to create this. This is a sales funnel to get more clients through this. My Instagram is a sales funnel to allow me to be more me. It's like the snake eating itself. I'm doing this because I love doing it. It's amazing. I'm just talking to myself in a room. Luckily, some people watch this. And I get a lot of engagement through my social media. When I was famous, when I was reaching 17 million people, 2 million people, 1 million people, I didn't take much gratitude. Like, I was overwhelmed by the amount of support and love I got. I had to keep a fan mail thing. I didn't have an administration assistant or anything. I was just a guy who was an artist who did a thing and then became a global sensation and then burnt out. And then got well and did a thing and became a global sensation and burnt out. And did a thing and became a global sensation and got burnt out. So that happened 3 times. Now, I don't want to burn out. I do want to be a global sensation again. Because no matter what I do, I will always be successful. Because I'm just enthusiastic and passionate about everything that I do. Which is about me. Which is art. Transformational artist. Someone out there will watch this and go, ooh, there's a guy on the internet who does this thing. Hey, Our major brand needs something like him. Get him in now because the deadline's for tomorrow and we need him to be the face of this product. How do I know this? Because I worked in advertising and TV and film and everything, and that's how it works. We just don't have a lot of time. We just need to get someone out there and they become famous. Doesn't matter. We've moved on to the next job. It's a throwaway industry. But it changes people's lives. It affects people's lives. It destroys people's lives. It inspires millions, billions of people. I'm doing this because my subconscious knows how it works. That one day someone will see it and go, we want you to be here. And that's happened. It's true. This is the last one I'm going to do. Because this has just happened. That's right. I might be I am going to be running a few other things somewhere in Stockholm. Conscious Luxury, LOVESTREAMS with Shaft Uddin. It's the same thing. Look at the design. It's brilliant. But it's in their brand colours. Royal Park, Stockholm. I did it. Remember the advert that I kept on showing over and over again? Where I want to live in a co-living, co-working space. Look, there it is. Stockholm, I dream of co-living, co-working. My mission is to create a home where we could cook, a place for events. I've been saying that over and over again. I've not been complaining. I've just been moving forwards, saying it, sharing it. And Selena, thank you. You saw it. And my dream came true. So, from Monday, my life will change. From Monday, from consistently doing this, 36 episodes I did, I will evolve into something else. This is the last one. No one's watching it, but it just takes one person to watch it. And all you need to do is just keep on moving forwards, keep on grinding, keep on doing what you love doing. Do it for yourself, don't do it for the critics. Do it for the analytics and see what people want. But you're still doing it for yourself, right? Right. Do it smart, do it clever, and enjoy doing what you're doing. Fail along the way, it's fine. If everything was given to you on a plate, you would just be like throwaway, boring, done, whatever. I was getting inundation or like so much adoration for many, many years from many people. It didn't mean anything to me until I lost everything. And now the one or two messages I get now, I'm like, I know how hard it is to say hello to people, but for someone to spend quite a long time sending and structuring this message and saying how great I am, thank you. That means a lot. It didn't mean anything to me when I didn't understand the suffering that I was like. I just didn't understand how much it meant to me to get so much fan mail. But now I love it. Now the littlest things make me happy. I still get overwhelmed and I don't have time to reply to anyone, but I still enjoy receiving it. So thank you all for watching. And please do subscribe to my channel and turn on your notifications. This is the last one, but I'm going to evolve into something else. And if you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up. I can't do it without you. Thank you for everyone that's been engaging with me on my social network. Thank you for everyone that's been following me and seeing my journey from the moment I had that breakdown as a unicorn, which was 2014, by the way, to when I was a Tantric sex guru, which was 2017, and to being a sacred sexual Jedi, teaching people how to take conscious ketamine in 2019, I think, or 18, I can't remember. So I really appreciate your love and support. And I'm here to be in service to the whole of Stockholm. Like, I am so passionate about what I do, which is art, creation, getting you to create whatever you want to be. I'm doing this to give you a sense of hope that if I could do it, and I had all the disabilities, the world was not in my favor. Genetically, it was not in my favor. But look what happened to me. I changed everything. I look nothing like any of my ancestors, anyone in Bangladesh, any of my siblings, any of my cousins. I am so unique and different because I went on that journey to become myself. And that takes a lot of failure, a lot of judgment, and a lot of growth. The biggest price of freedom on this planet is judgment. And in some countries, that judgment can mean the death of you. And a long time ago, it did mean the death of a lot of women and men. We live in a very interesting time in our lives. We have the choice to listen to one side of our voice in our heads, or another side of our voice in our heads. The one of fear, or the one of love. The one of victim, the one of growth. Failure is a gift. Pain is a gift. Trust me, I've done both. Growth is exciting. Do what you love doing, because one day someone's going to show up in your life and go, I love what you're doing. I want you to come into my space and share your gifts to the people I know. Royal Park, Stockholm! And also a major TV company. So, this episode is sponsored by Cafe Jacques. If you want me to advertise anything else, please do check out silencecity.co.uk, because I did used to work in advertising and I am a businessman. Let me be the vessel. The best coffee. Wow. If you want to know more about self-love, overcoming judgment, loving your life, loving your body, loving yourself, my mission is all about you, the people of Stockholm, finding more wealth, purpose, loving your life. More health, discovering your body, loving your body. And more wellness, loving yourself, finding that inner peace every day. Get my online course right now. This is the last episode of my Love Streams. I'll be turning into something new next week. Puss hey. And if there's any women who would like an enlightened baby, I'm giving away my sperm. If there's any lesbian women out there looking for a sperm donor, I am happy to help you have the gift of life. The reason why I'm here is to be in service to the people of Stockholm. My mantra for 2020 is, I'm here to help, and I'm going to help you by helping you believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and the world will believe in you.